Yet another set of seasonal anime has come and gone, which means it's time for another installment of GGS Episode 8 to be exact, where I review an anime that isn't very popular from the recently ended Winter 2025 season and declare it either a gem, garbage, or something in between, since I always enjoy hunting for underrated gem anime. To be honest, there wasn't much to choose from this season, but Tasokare Hotel caught my eye, so I picked it. There is a hotel that exists between life and death. Its guests are souls who are unaware of their fate in the world of the living. Are they alive or dead? Their memories are foggy and they do not have a strong sense of their identity. Each guest's head upon arrival to Tasokare Hotel resembles something important from their lives being a massive clue, showing just who they are. Some examples being a tarot card or a pansy. Each patron's designated room undergoes a wild transformation catering to them and helping them to regain their lost memories through the introduction of various mementos as they find out what happened to them in the world of the living. Even the hotel staff, led by a flaming-headed hotel manager and including some hotel patrons, are there to help them solve their affairs. Once the guest uncovers their identity and fate, their head transforms back to what a normal-looking human head is, what they actually look like, and they check out of the hotel going to their destination, heaven, hell, or back to the world of the living. The anime Tasokare Hotel follows a girl named Neko who takes an interest in the guests upon her arrival. She asks to become part of the staff, growing a bond with other workers. Neko helps the guests solve their own mysteries, playing the role of Sherlock Holmes, while she tries to piece together the results of her own fate. The best part of Tasokare Hotel is what comes from its starting concept. The fact that each guest's head resembles an important clue from their life. The transformation and realization moments were well done, specifically when the moments start to flood back, indicating their status of being alive or dead and how they got in that situation in the first place. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can say positively about this series. Besides being an interesting concept, basically nothing stood out from Tasokare Hotel for me. I think the atmosphere and pacing setup for this series lets it down. What tends to make a mystery enjoyable is the ability for the viewer to make educated guesses and solve the mystery themselves. However, the mysteries throughout this story fall flat, since it never gives you a chance to solve them yourself. The hotel does all of the heavy lifting, conveniently revealing the answers when the story calls for it. The rules of the hotel and various plot points are arbitrary for this story, either being conveniently left out or are only applicable when they are needed to help progress the series further. This anime is based off of a game, so I'm assuming that lends itself a better opportunity at storytelling and pacing that is not given to the show. At least in the video game medium, you, the player, can uncover the secrets at your own pace, but when this is done in anime format, this story doesn't translate well. This results in it not being very entertaining overall, since everything is simple and spoon-fed to you, eliminating any mystery this story actually had. I'd much prefer it if each case was given closer to 2 episodes, providing the time to build up each mysterious guest's backstory and to provide clues about them. In fact, probably the best case was the one which followed an idol, which took 2 episodes to resolve. The lone thing within the anime Tasokare Hotel that makes this series somewhat interesting is the scumbag villain Masaki Osoto. He's this weird, mysterious, and deranged character that adds a different dynamic to the show that nobody else can provide, having previous ties to some of the guests and adding problems for the rest of the characters. Most people who come to this hotel are not necessarily bad people, but he most definitely is, being responsible for the deaths of numerous people in the world of the living. In a story filled with largely uninteresting and flat characters, Osoto shines, but only really because of his depravity. Osoto is the driving force of this narrative, pushing it forward. We know that he's doing something evil, but what exactly are his true motives? Through manipulation, he coerces other patrons to be his test subjects, helping him experiment various rules of this realm before undergoing his ultimate sickening plan. The drawback even with Osoto lies in the fact that absolutely nobody cares to stop him from doing what he wants, leading to horrific consequences. Plot convenience is rampant in this anime and is magnified even more so because of this killer. Why he is not expelled from this hotel after one of his many incidents makes 0 sense, and these experiments also undermine the rules. This is yet another negative of this anime, since Osoto is kept around for the story's progression, which logically just doesn't make sense. The ending for Tasokare Hotel also leaves me conflicted. Yes, it's nice to see a happy ending, one where Atori survives, Neko and Ruri are reunited in the real world, and Osoto gets what he deserves. But there are so many flaws that are difficult to overlook within it. First is the arbitrary luckiness that is Neko being able to both go back in time and with her memories intact. Not only that, but she's given time earned by 2 different employees to go back and stop Osato from killing Atori. This complaint is tied with the plot convenience I talked about earlier. When the plot needs something, it's magically added to the story and was conveniently left out all this time. The most idiotic part, however, is that the tool she uses to stop Osato from killing Atori in the past is a magical box that will take a person to hell. This is given to her by somebody who literally just lied to and betrayed her. I cannot fathom why Neko is willing to blindly trust the guy, once again, who literally just screwed her over moments earlier, especially since she's painted as somebody who is pretty smart. Trusting somebody like that, especially Kiriko, who is from hell, isn't smart in the slightest. And no, I do not care that he actually told the truth in this instance. That is too big of a risk to take, especially since he could yet again have ulterior, self-serving motives. I also didn't really like the final battle between Neko and Osato, since it seemed like she didn't have a plan to deal with him and ended up just getting extremely lucky. In this situation, Neko did prove that she can quickly think on her feet, so I can respect that at least. I give Tasokare Hotel a 5 out of 10. I didn't hate it, I was more so disappointed in something that has potential, meaning I'll label this as something in between gem and garbage. Just because I didn't like it that much doesn't mean you won't like it either. Initially it felt similar to Death Parade, but it's easily worse and nowhere near as entertaining, largely due to its execution. For me, nothing really stuck out from this series, and the ending is too difficult to overlook how mediocre it really is. If you do decide to check it out yourself, I'd probably recommend the game it is based off of, since the mystery aspect should be better in it, even though I've never tried it myself, so I cannot confirm whether it is or not. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.